Here's how I'm going.
Hello.
May need to turn her mic up. What's up, everybody? Wardog Live! Sorry, you surprised me there. I never get the countdown with him. Never happens. What's up, everybody? I'm Jake, Wardog. There's Lily, Tiny Dancer. We're here. We're going to do our thing. The man behind the monitor back there, he's doing his thing back there.
Yo.
We all have things going on. It's great. Oh, we're in this room, and it's uncomfortably warm in here. It's awesome.
Not that hot.
Says the girl in the sweatshirt. I can't believe you're not roasting. Oh, God.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's an awesome September 13th, which I just recently thought it wasn't. Made a big deal there for a second, but it is. It is. It is. And a lot of things been going on. And on this show, we like to talk about all geeky stuff, usually video games. But today we're going to start out with something a little different because something crazy happened. And it got all over the internet, and everyone got insane about it. You know who Henry Cavill is?
No.
Do you remember who played Superman in the Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman and in Justice League?
Well, yeah.
Okay, his name is Henry Cavill.
Okay.
He is no longer Superman.
No.
There was some sort of misunderstanding between Warner Brothers and old Henry, and they have parted ways, and he is no longer going to be Superman in the DC universe.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I guess they wanted it well, Warner Brothers' excuse is they wanted him to do some sort of cameo for the new Shazam movie. You remember the trailer for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, little kid turns into a superhero, all thinks his powers are all cool. Well, they wanted him to come in for a cameo, probably in a post-credit scene or something. Well, their schedules conflicted, and he couldn't get there to do it. And then from that, other things, there's the man. From other things stirred up, and then all of a sudden, boom, they went ahead and, what are you?
I don't know. Stupid ads.
Something happened, and boom, that guy is no longer Superman. So they are going to revamp the DC universe just a little bit, and they're going to tweak it, and they want to push a Supergirl movie franchise now. See? Now it all comes back around. There she goes. Now she's smiling. They don't know who they're going to have as Supergirl because they're just coming up with this idea. I don't know if they had the idea.
Just use the regular Supergirl from the TV shows.
Well, see, now you could do that, but they didn't do that in Justice League.
They should have done it in Justice League.
Do you think they should have used the TV Flash instead of finding a new movie Flash?
Yes.
We are a big fan of the TV shows. We haven't watched them in a while.
We have not watched any of them in so long.
That's because, you know, when you're watching all of them, when you're watching Arrow, and you're watching Flash, and you're watching Supergirl, and you're watching the Legends of Tomorrow or whatever that show is, like, you get so much superhero fatigue that, yeah, you just kind of wear yourself down, and you have to take a break for a while. There you go. There's something in the bottom about the Supergirl movie, but my logo is
Henry Cavill is done as Superman. Warner's plans Supergirl movie.
Yeah. I don't know. They didn't really say much about it, about the Supergirl movie, but they did say that if they do a Supergirl movie, that they'll do it when Supergirl is younger, and therefore that will screw up the timeline because Superman, I don't know how the age thing works, but it screws up Superman's age.
Because Superman, when Kara actually got down to Earth, Superman was already actually like a full-grown adult, and she was still like my age.
That's what they pushed on the TV show. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. Warner Brothers made up a dumb excuse.
Background stories.
Yes, background stories and all that. They basically made a dumb excuse. But Henry Cavill, he also had scheduling difficulties because he is going to be The Witcher in a new Netflix series. John knows what The Witcher is, I'm sure.
What?
The Witcher, the video game series franchise.
What? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, Netflix is making a TV show out of it, and Henry Cavill is going to play the lead as the Witcher. I can't remember his name. I can't pronounce his name. It's Geralt or something like that.
Geralt?
Yeah. Geralt, is that what it is?
I think.
It's something horrible.
I've only played the second one. I played it a long time ago.
Also, I played the second one. I played it for about 2 hours, and I kind of tossed it. It's a sci-fi swords and magic.
It's Game of Thrones video
It is
game.
Yeah, a little bit Game of Thrones. You run around, you take out big monsters. You're a witcher, which isn't really technically a witch, but like you have potions and you can do little like make bombs for yourself. It's a neat game. It's a very popular game. I just never got into it. But Netflix decided that since it's a video game that's very popular, based on a set of books that are very popular, that it's time to go to the third dimension and make the TV show.
By the way, Abby Hill says, Lily, I love you. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, Abby.
I love you too, Cuzzy.
See, this when you promote the show, we get viewers. This is how this works.
This is what happens when I give my YouTube channel away to my friends.
There you go. See.
Oh, and Bubonic for you asks, what's their opinion of Comicsgate? I highly doubt they understand anything of what that means.
I'm not even sure what Comicsgate is.
Exactly. And also, whoa,
Is that Bubonic
70.
Okay. I don't understand that one either. But thanks for watching, Bubonic. You're awesome.
Abby Hill says, Maddie said hi and I love you.
Oh, I love you too, Maddie.
This is Lily Appreciation Show is what this is. No one even cares what I brought to talk about.
Sorry, Dad.
I'm trying to think. What else? Oh, there was one other thing to the Superman story. So, Henry Cavill's out. Mm-hmm. He's going to go make a new show. Mm-hmm. DC Universe is without their Superman. At first, they started talking about that they're not going to do another Superman movie for a while because they're going to do the Supergirl thing. Mm-hmm. Then, I'm like literally reading this all on my lunch break. And first, they tell me they're not going to do a Superman movie for quite a while. And then, like 5 minutes later, I find an article that Michael B. Jordan is being tapped as the next Superman. Do you know who Michael B. Jordan is?
Yes, he's the guy who played the super villain in the in the Black Panther movie.
Yes. So, what does that mean?
I don't want to be racist.
That the next Superman could be a black guy.
That's not what I wanted to say.
I don't mind saying it. It's not a race thing.
You sure?
It's just kind of. But it is one of those changes. Like you can do certain changes to characters depending on who the character is. Like Nick Fury, he's been white, he's been black, but he did that all in the comics too. Superman's one of those people that
I don't been white.
Yeah, I'm not sure you can flip the script on that because if you flip the script on that, then technically you're saying the whole planet of Krypton, not the whole planet of Krypton, but anytime you've ever seen anything about Krypton, it's always been white people. All the Kryptonians were always white. You've never seen a black Kryptonian. Was there ever been a black Kryptonian, John, that you can think of?
No.
Yeah, exactly. So how do you pull off, other than just tapping Michael B. Jordan just because he's the big thing? He was in Black Panther. He's got his second Creed movie coming up, which is a spinoff of the Rocky series, the boxing movies.
I know what that is. I saw you watching it.
I was just making sure you're keeping up.
Yeah,
so, yeah, I don't know if you can actually pull off a black Superman. It'd be risky. It'd be very risky.
Isn't Michael B. Jordan related to the basketball player?
I seriously doubt it.
It sounds like
What are you trying to say? All black people are related?
no.
Especially the ones with the last name Jordan. They all have to be related. And they all have a Nike deal. And let's not get into that. Yeah, there we go. There's Michael B. Jordan. And picture him in a Superman suit.
I can't.
With the crazy dread comb over thing that he's got going on there.
I can't.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
Doesn't that mean that if he becomes Superman, he becomes the first actor to cross over comic book franchises?
Maybe. I don't know.
No. No. That's not right. Because I know there's a bunch of other people that have kind of touched.
No, I take that back because what's his name? Ben Affleck. He played Daredevil and Batman.
He was in Marvel, Daredevil. Yeah, there's been a couple people that's managed to get into both.
Wait, Doctor Strange?
No, I don't think he's ever been in a DC movie.
Who, Cumberbund?
Yeah.
Oh,
Cumberbund. Cumberbatch. No, Ben Affleck played Daredevil way back in the day.
Who is Ben Affleck?
Bring up a picture of Ben Affleck, please.
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry. I don't know anything.
Yeah, she's not good with actors. We went through something the other day. And
we did. The last time we did a live stream, I did not know anyone.
Oh, yeah, that was the last time we did it. We named off like a dozen actors. You didn't know any of them. I'm trying to think of what movie you would know Ben. Well,
man, that's small.
He's the guy that played Batman in Batman versus Superman. He was the guy that played Batman.
Oh, him.
Yeah, him. He's Ben Affleck. Way back in the day, that guy.
Okay.
Way back in the
bad
day.
placement.
Way back in the day, he was Daredevil. And that's a Marvel, so everyone's like, well, if you were in a Marvel series movie, then you could never be in a DC movie. And that's absolutely not true.
That's not true one bit. It's called actors can do what they want.
Now, sometimes actors get tied to a production studio or something, and it's very hard for them.
Disney.
Huh?
Disney.
Disney's a big one. You get tied into a bunch of Disney movies, and then it's hard to get out and do other things. It's possible, but it's difficult.
Cartoon Network.
I don't think Cartoon Network's like that. Cartoon Network will take anybody they can get because it's just voiceovers.
Bubonic says Ben Affleck is in rehab.
Wait,
I've heard that. Ben Affleck has a drinking problem. And yeah, so...
Demi Lovato was just released from the hospital from an overdose like a month or so ago.
Yeah, there was a thing going on about that because of that rapper kid who just died recently too. Like,
XX Tentonics. Madison cried.
This guy's name was Matty Matt something or other.
Matty B?
No. What was the rapper's name that just died?
Mac Miller.
There you go. I knew it started with an M.
Wait, what?
Mac Miller.
Mac
I don't
Miller.
know him.
Supposedly he dated Ariana Grande at one point in time. And
oh, him. Yeah, I know him.
yeah.
I don't know him by name.
But I know who he dated.
I do. It was on my Google there for a while.
But yeah. So, yeah, that whole thing. I know you made me lose we wandered off the subject.
Ben Affleck.
Here. Yeah, Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck, who played Batman, he's been in talks to leaving the Batman role too. Everybody wants out of the DC universe at this point.
No one likes
because
DC anymore.
Man of Steel was really good, but Batman versus Superman was not great, and then Justice League was okay. So like everyone who could have a career somewhere else wants out. But Wonder Woman is still in there. Aquaman is still in there. The Flash will probably get a movie now just to make up space. And then the Supergirl movie and the Shazam movie coming up. So, I mean, it's kind of got something going on, but really, it's never going to meet up like to the Marvel standard of
it's going under
superhero universes. Yeah, it really probably will. It's kind of sad. They just need to back off, maybe make a few standalone movies, and then see what's...
But they're making Aquaman movie.
Yeah, the Aquaman movie's coming up, and it looks okay. I mean, it looks like an Aquaman. It looks exactly like all the other movies. No. The Shazam movie actually looks like something a little different. What are you knowing for?
Aquaman's going to suck.
Oh, I'm not saying it's going to be great, but... John doesn't like it because it's the big long-haired dude. Doesn't look like an Aquaman in orange
Khal Drogo.
Yeah, he wants Dolph Lundgren to come out and retire.
I don't think... every time I see that guy, I just think Khal Drogo. He should be speaking the Dothraki language and everything should be subtitled.
Yeah, a little bit. He will never be anything different than, that guy from Game of Thrones.
He's typecast forever as Khal Drogo.
Yeah, it's bad.
I don't know what you're talking
The guy who played Aquaman in... Justice League, long hair, never wore a shirt.
I know who he is.
He was also in Game of Thrones, which you've never watched because you're not old enough.
Yeah, you're not allowed to watch.
I don't want to.
That's something you can catch up on when you're 20 and be like, hey, look at this stack of old Blu-rays.
Yeah, you don't want
this ancient technology that nobody uses anymore.
You don't want to know him as Khal Drogo.
I don't want to watch Game of Thrones.
Oh, everyone should watch Game of Thrones at some point in their lives, just not right now.
But do they have to?
No,
do
not
they
really.
100% have to?
There's a lot of people who hate Game of Thrones who refuse to watch it, and they're crazy people.
They are. Because it is a really good show. It's a little convoluted sometimes, and not every storyline is as good as others. But overall, it's kind of like Walking Dead. You sit through the boring parts to get to the really good parts.
See, Bubonic for you hates it.
Bubonic hates Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Wow. Ask him how far did you get, Bubonic? I about to told you to ask him like he can't hear me.
Bubonic for you, how far did you...
How far did you get? Now we're just sitting here waiting for him to answer. But yeah. So the DC universe is in crazy turmoil right now. They don't want to admit it.
He also hates The Walking Dead.
And he hates... Bubonic hates everything fun.
Bailey's done watching The Walking Dead because of Carl dying.
Oh, well, wow.
She's watching all the rerun episodes with Carl in it. But now
just to get her Carl fix.
But now her new celebrity crush is the guy who played Will Byers on Stranger Things.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, his name is like Noah something. I don't know.
Oh, you're talking about the one that got lost for the first
Yes.
season? Yeah, I always get the kids mixed up. I can't remember their names.
Will
Okay.
Byers, and then there's Bill. No.
Yeah. Will, Bill. They're all named Ills. Okay, let's see here. What else do I got here? Okay, let's go on to some Xbox stuff here real quick. DayZ, which has been a zombie survival kind of thing that was on PC forever, is now on Xbox One in a preview mode. And everybody is just crazy about this game. They're acting like it's a new game, and it's not new. It's just not new to Xbox.
What's
How would you describe DayZ? Because I've never actually played it.
Terrible resource hog, glitchy,
Wait, hold on.
boring.
Is DayZ like abbreviated, the actual name?
It's like DAYZ,
Yeah.
DayZ.
What?
It's like day, the whole alphabet, and then the last day is Z.
That
But
sounded
okay, the
weird.
idea of the game is that you get in there, you start with nothing. It's not exactly a battle royale game, but it is a survival game, and to the point where if you die, you have to go pick your stuff back up. But the longer you play, the more stuff you get, and the stronger you come. And there are other players in the game that you can shoot.
So, what I'm getting, because my Minecraft, my mind always reverts to Minecraft. It's basically like Minecraft, but without like the skeletons and the creepers. And,
Yeah, it's
the blocky figures.
But I don't think there's a building concept to it, is there?
No.
Like you can't build any extra buildings.
No,
you can only scavenge what's already in the map.
Survival, first-person shooter survival stuff with guns of that nature is more like 7 Days to Die. That's
Right.
more like the Minecraft aspect. This is just boring.
Yeah, I mean,
You spawn,
Scavenge.
you have a shirt and pants and a backpack, and you have to run around and just gather up weapons and resources. And if anything even touches you, you start bleeding and then you die unless you can find a bandage.
and it's one of those games where there's actually no way to win. You just end up being the guy who survives the longest.
There are zombies in it, but the zombies aren't really as much of a menace as the person who's shooting you from 5 miles away in the forest.
Yeah.
At least in Minecraft, you can beat the game.
Yeah, then there is no winning at DayZ. There's just the guy who survives the longest and collects the most crap.
If you paid for DayZ, you already lost.
Yeah, it really is. It doesn't look very good at all. And like John says, it's buggy. It's very low in graphics. But this,
Resource hog.
yeah, the idea with this, the reason I wanted to bring this up is that it come out on an Xbox preview after it's been on Steam for 2, 3, 4 billion years or whatever. And it got me thinking that like right now to play it on Xbox, you have to pay $40.
What?
You have to pay, yes. To get access to this game, you pay $40 for a game that's not finished, that hasn't been finished for 3 years. Yeah. I know what you're thinking. Like, why would you spend money on that? And that's what I'm getting at. And that's the same way it is with all the Xbox game preview stuff. The Xbox preview stuff is where a game is almost finished, but it's still buggy, and it's like a cheap way to test the game. You can play it, you find the bugs, you can give feedback to the developers, like, hey, this needs fixed, I got stuck in a wall for 3 hours, that kind of thing. I think that the Xbox One preview system needs completely revamped. Instead, see, what happens is if you buy the game for $40 in preview, when it is actually released as a full game, you get to keep it for free. And new people may have to pay $60, but you got it for $40.
Okay. But again, like you said earlier, why pay for a game for $40 that isn't finished? And even then, paying for it when you can get it on PC.
Yeah, you
And
probably
you
get it on
can-
PC for much cheaper than $40. I
Yeah.
don't know what.
And when it's like fully released, $60?
Now, actually, I want to say it's still in some sort of preview mode on Steam, too. Like, DayZ is one of those games that may never actually get finished.
Then why put it out there for people to play? If it's not finished, why put it out there?
Because it started off as a mod from another game called Arma 2 or 3 or
Arma 3.
Arma 3, and it got super popular. And it got so popular that it actually kind of got formed into its own game. They actually got more people on it, developing it, trying to flesh it out more, and it became more popular than Arma ever was, because Arma's a pain in the ass. But
Your niece is on here.
Oh, you're right in front of me, okay? She's fine. She can handle that. So, yeah, but let me get back to the preview system. What I think the preview system should be revamped as, instead of every game coming up there and costing anywhere from $15 to $25 to $40, and it's for games that aren't finished, they need to revamp it and price everything at like $10 a game. And instead of getting that game for free when the game is released, just take that $10 off of whatever the price of the game is when it's released. That way people aren't dumping $40 into a game that may never get finished, that isn't very fun to play because it's broken, because it's not finished yet. It's just, I don't know. I've gotten to the point now, and I've bought a couple games off preview, and some of them were all right. Some of them were junk, but I did it. I learned my lesson, and I'll probably never do it again.
Yeah, but see, there are games, like if you as a consumer get to decide for yourself what you're willing to spend. If you're going to pay $40 for a preview, you have to understand it's a gamble with your money.
I understand that. That's why I'm saying make the gamble smaller. Then maybe more people will try your product, and then you'll be able to get more feedback.
I remember when I got Elite Dangerous. They got none of my feedback, which is, hey, how about you make a game that's more than just flying around in empty space? Yeah,
that game was boring.
What?
There was a spaceship game called Elite Dangerous, and it was literally like space delivery. That's all it was. You were able to fly this spaceship around.
It was Amazon in space.
Yeah, it really was. You just flew a spaceship around in space, going from one planet to another, and you were basically trying to bargain with vendors to buy stuff cheap at one place and then go to the next planet and sell it for a lot more money.
Yep.
That way you can make your money. That way you could buy more ships. Then maybe you could actually find a ship that could handle a dogfight. Then you may actually get to experience some combat. But it was basically just you wheeling and dealing between planets just to make more money.
Except you were the owner of like the Swift trucking company. So, and you're delivering packages, you're entering into these deals to deliver, say, plutonium or platinum from one galaxy to the next, all in the hopes that you could one day afford the little solar scoop that will allow you to circle around the sun to replenish your engine so you can go farther into space and deliver more products to deeper into space and make more money.
Yeah. Tribble loves that game.
He's
Tribble loves...
He's confused.
I'm not sure if he loves the grind or if he just loves the resource management of it all. And I think it really is the resource management part. He loves being able to start with something small and build it up into something huge. And there's a lot of games that do that. But that one is just so god-awful boring. Like, the whole game is basically a first-person view inside the cockpit. So the main thing you're seeing all the time is just stars flowing by you.
There is one other aspect to it.
What's that?
The other players who will gank you.
Yeah, there is that too. It is an online game. I think you can play it solo though, can't you?
No, it's all online.
I thought that was
remember
the
very last time I played Elite Dangerous was I got a little homing beacon met thing to where there was some cargo just floating out in space. I went and saw it, and I was like, ooh, free cargo, I'll pick it up. And then 5 ships appeared out of nowhere and blew me up. That was the last time I played Elite Dangerous.
And
they set a trap for me. I fell for it. I felt like an idiot. I stopped playing.
See, that sounds like something that happened on Sea of Thieves. Somebody would be watching something floating out in the ocean and...
That's the way they all end up.
Yeah.
That's the way all these stupid survival sandbox games end up. It's just lure you into a trap, gank you. Have you ever played Rust?
No, I've never played Rust. I know it's supposed to be a lot like DayZ, though.
Rust is awful.
I've watched people... What was the video? There was a popular video about Rust on YouTube about a guy who was really high level, but he took all his clothes off so he'd look like a new player, and then went and snuck up on this guy's hut, and the guy didn't kill him because he was naked and thought he was a new player. So, like,
but that's the thing. There's that. It's the same as DayZ in the sense that there's no leveling system. It's just the crap that you accumulate.
Oh, I thought he made himself. He could actually level up.
No, you basically build your little hut, and your little castle thingy or wherever you're going to spend the night.
Right.
And then you build your forges and your whatever to make like materials. But it's all in the guns and the ammo you make and the armors and outfits you can like assemble or cobble together.
Which take forever to actually get up that high, yeah.
And you need resources, you need time, you need energy, you need all these things, and you need other players to not invade your house while you're doing it. But yeah, if you strip down to nothing where you're just a rock, then you're no different than the people who spawn on the beach.
Now, see, I think that was the point, though, is the fact that he was trying to trick him into thinking he was a new player and then somehow end up killing him.
He probably knew how to exploit the system to
that was basically
gain their trust, crack them over the head, take over their base.
Yeah.
I've seen all sorts of crappy Rust videos. And every video you've seen about Rust and the crappy players who just do stuff like that, that's the entire Rust community. That's why that game sucks. That's because the community sucks.
Like you said, that's every online survival community, yeah.
I'm surprised you don't talk about Call of Duty and how they've gone completely Fortnite.
I haven't seen anything on that yet.
I saw one screenshot. It was basically guys getting ready to parachute onto an island. It's like, oh, here we go.
See, I have not seen anything
Fortnite.
yet. And I'll tell you what, if you look it up, I will watch it, then we'll talk about it. But I haven't got to see anything of it yet.
Well,
But I did see a podcast that I usually watch every week, and I haven't got to watch it yet because I'm working weekdays now. I don't get to sit at house all week and watch YouTube. But they asked if the new Call of Duty Blackout mode was going to be the Fortnite killer. But I didn't realize it was parachuting and everything. Like, it literally ripped off Fortnite.
oh, yeah.
Well, while you're looking that up, I also watched some video on Destiny 2. Destiny, me and John played it. We liked it for like the first 3 or 4 weeks until we realized it's the same thing over and over again. Destiny 2 looks like to be the same thing, almost actually worse. They had a new DLC or expansion pop out called The Forsaken. And as I was watching people play it, there is no way to do these things single player anymore. They were fighting this big thing floating in the air, and like each player had to shoot a spot on the robot that was floating in the air in different spots at the same time so the shield would break open. And yeah, it was like they've literally made it to where there's no way you can play that game by yourself.
Dude, that was done by Destiny 1.
I know, but still, it was just, I don't remember ever having to coordinate efforts like that. Oh, is this the new Blackout mode? All right, so now we're watching the new Call of Duty Blackout mode. You got the little lobby there. People are joining. It looks like you do have...
Kind of a Fortnite feel.
It does have kind of a Fortnite feel. I don't know if the picture off there on the right-hand side is like a map, like you can choose different maps, or if it is just one big thing.
Sorry.
Yeah, you got a little thing there. This isn't a live video, is it? We're not live streaming a live video, are we?
Yeah, I think it's someone's live stream, but it's a recording of the live stream. So I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. I want to get to where they jump in. Come on now. Come on now. Did I jump too far?
No, it looks like they're loading screen.
Yep, see?
Oh, yeah. It's not completely an island, but I'm sure off to the left-hand side of the map, it turns into wasteland, and you can't get very far.
All the ships.
Wow.
Oh, no.
They really did rip off Fortnite.
Which
they said.
Look at that, see?
They did say
Oh, yeah,
that
they glide. It's not parachuting. It's the little glide.
They look like little flying squirrels.
Yeah, that's exactly what those body gliders look like. Little flying squirrels. So the map looks pretty decent size.
It looks like Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, everyone said that this year every game is going to have a battle royale mode, but I didn't expect it to be literally exactly like Fortnite.
Well, what? How could they change it?
Well, there's
okay, it's not like Fortnite. It's probably more like PUBG.
A little bit,
because I imagine they're not going to be building forts and
no, it doesn't look like there's going to be a building aspect to it. But is there a vehicle aspect to it? Is it good? And I wonder if it's going to shoot. Yep, shoots directly into first person. Guns are obviously very easy to find. God, they're laying everywhere. Look at this guy go.
Gosh, Fortnite was that easy to find.
Yeah,
weapons.
no kidding. Yeah, now it just looks like a regular Call of Duty game.
No, it's so choppy.
But so yeah, he's running around. I want to know if there's vehicles in it. There's a timer.
There's even the
map shrinking thing.
How do they explain that?
Because it's a battle royale game. You can't have a battle royale game unless there's something pushing you into the middle of the map.
He
This
already
guy's
got
already
hit.
dead.
Have
Look
you
at-
ever heard of DayZ?
Well, that doesn't.
Well, I guess
it's-
DayZ is not really battle.
Yeah, it's
Royale.
not battle royale. It's nothing like you said. You can't win at DayZ. You just survive the longest.
But
And
that's
then eventually you quit because you're bored.
That's pretty much PUBG though. PUBG was DayZ battle royale.
Right. So yeah, there's got to be something pushing everybody into the middle of the map. I wonder how many players. Does it say anywhere on there? How many players are in the map? I
What
can't-
the?
Oh, you've got the gadgets from Call of Duty.
Did he just turn into a rover?
No, he's using a little remote control
car
to blow somebody up, probably until he drives into the
I
water.
think that's the number at the very top, the 151.
No, because it moves when he turns.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
you're
that's
right.
his compass. That's something because they do that a lot on those games. They'll call out numbers. So Call of Duty just made it more convenient and put that number right at the top.
Ah, I see.
That way you don't have to kind of guess where everybody's at. You could really tell. And that's actually a little convenient and a little cheesy at the same time.
Maybe it's the. The number's too small for me to read, but there's like a 69 up in the top right corner.
I bet you that's it. I bet you that, yeah, because I think it just dropped to 67. Or no, does it say 80?
64? Or is that 54?
It could be 50, could be 80.
52.
Who knows? Now it's up to. Yeah, that's got to be the person count.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like there's 100 people in the game. Now it doesn't have. Well, let's see if it has vehicles. Can you get in those vans? Probably not.
Probably not.
See, that's the that's the only thing I like about PUBG is the fact that it has vehicles and you can get around quicker. Which Fortnite's kind of fixed that with their jump pads, and they got a rift now where you can jump through the rift and come out of the sky again and use your glider a second time. Yeah, okay, well, for starters, it already looks as boring as a regular Battle Royale game.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't seen anybody in a whole 2 or
it's-
3 minutes.
The number dropped to 47, so it's definitely.
Oh, yeah, now we
the
can
kill
see it
count.
now that it's bigger.
Wait, where is it? Is it?
Up there in the right-hand corner. Or
Oh,
left,
okay,
yeah,
I see it.
And if you think it's choppy out there, it's just as choppy on this monitor too.
Oh, I bet it is. But we're watching a video of a live stream on a live stream.
It's a beta, so it's and it's.
I wonder, was this an open beta? Like, did everyone get a chance to play this, or did you have to?
It was probably a closed beta.
Have to own a pre-order of it.
But
Yeah, look, this is exactly every Battle Royale game. Run, grab a bunch of weapons, sit in a corner and wait. This guy is scared to death to leave this little train yard.
they're basically just banking on the Call of Duty brand sewn together with Fortnite, PUBG, Battle Royale.
the Battle
sort of
Royale
thing.
hype. Yeah.
It's like people would prefer to play with the Call of Duty franchise in this format.
Yeah, that's
Like,
all this
not really.
is. And the only thing that's impressive is they are going to wrap this into an entire Call of Duty game. It's not going to be just this. I guess, but they said they didn't have a single player campaign though, didn't they?
I don't know.
I am
They
almost
never know.
positive they announced this Black Ops 3 is not going to have
4.
Is it 4?
Yeah.
Black Ops 4, sorry, is not going to have a single player campaign. It's all multiplayer, which means they probably dumped the campaign for the
They dumped it
Battle
for
Royale.
roaches.
Yeah, they dumped it for roaches. Yeah, because that really adds depth to the game. All right, kill this.
There are certain aspects of this that just make it look like Half-Life 2, which is not saying a whole lot.
Yeah, considering Half-Life 2 is what, 12 years old now
Yeah.
or something like that?
I mean, the graphics are not impressive.
Can you
There's
at least
no
fly the
lighting
helicopter?
effects.
Get in the helicopter.
No, he's
Get
just
in.
searching it.
Oh,
Oh, wait,
wait a
what?
minute. We have liftoff.
Take
my
off,
God.
not lift off.
That same thing.
Not
we
really.
have takeoff. Hey, he's going to crash it immediately.
Oh,
What an idiot.
very
Okay, we can't watch
good.
this anymore.
Okay. So there are helicopters at least, which means at least you can go back up in the air and then jump out again.
Well, I mean, I imagine you can attack. It looked like an attack copter, so I'm sure you can attack with it.
Okay, there you go. I wonder how many of those are in each map. Probably like 3.
I don't know.
That's like the big thing you want to find is the attack chopper. Give you the upper hand.
That does add a little bit to it, I would say.
A little bit of depth.
Yeah.
But, I mean, then it's just a little bit more luck, too. But there's got to be an easy way to take them down. I'm sure there's a rocket launcher in there somewhere that's anti-air and can take them down real quick.
Maybe.
Well, that was neat. I wasn't expecting that on this show. I'd heard that it was out, but... Okay, what else do I got? I really only have one more thing to talk about.
Really?
I told you, man, it's been slim pickings. That's why we're only doing the show every 2 weeks now, because I can't find topics anymore. It's a slow time for stuff. I stumbled onto something on Netflix that I was surprised that it was as good as it was. There was a show on there called American Vandal. And at first, I thought it was just another cheesy true crime documentary style TV show. What it ended up being was a parody of the true crime documentary show.
This is what happens when you see 3 Disney kids in a Netflix series.
Yeah, I was sitting there and I was watching it, and like these kids that I remember from Disney shows started popping up, and I'm like, this isn't real. That kid's from whatever show it is.
The redhead kid from Austin and Ally, the teenage girl from Dog with a Blog.
Yeah, Lily remembers them all.
I'm only 13. You're going to remember some.
Dog with a Blog.
Yeah, that was actually a very popular Disney show about a talking dog who could write his own blog on the internet. It was ridiculous.
The talking dog actually ended up having like 3 kids.
Oh, this must be the trailer to season 2 that's not even out yet, is what you're showing.
Yeah.
Oh, no, never mind. It's season 1.
No, this is American Vandal season 2 official
is it?
trailer.
Okay, well, they're showing clips from season 1. But yeah, so the idea behind season 1 was someone had broken into the teacher's parking lot and spray painted a bunch of wieners on the cars. And the whole thing was trying to find out the truth. They had one guy pegged as the obvious bad guy because
he's done stuff like it before.
Yeah, he had a history of doing juvenile pranks, and he didn't like one of the teachers, so they thought instantly this has to be the guy. And then over 8 or 9 episodes, they go through all these possible outcomes and dig up all this crazy evidence. And they did a really good job of setting it all up. It's just the thing is, you have to remember, none of it's real. And instead of all the usual true crime shows that are on Netflix, this is a completely fake one.
None of it's real, and you kind of get the hint after you see like 4 or 5 Disney kids.
Yeah, once you start recognizing characters from TV shows, that kind of that lets the cat out of the bag. Mm-hmm. But it was really neat that the extent that they went to make it feel real. They had, people running around interviewing people, constantly jumping in and out of everybody's houses, doing little interviews and stuff. Mm-hmm. Them having their little powwow meetings with all the evidence up on the board and all that. I mean, I wasn't expecting to like it. I was bored out of my mind one day. Flicked it on thinking I was going to watch one episode. What?
Out of your wine?
Out of my mind, sorry. Mumbled that a little bit. And I got sucked into it. I watched all 8 episodes in like 3 days. It was really weird how good it was. I was very impressed.
Even your own daughter's calling you out on your mumble mouth.
Yeah, I know. I do that a lot.
He does. He mispronounces so many words. It's annoying.
I get to talking, and then my brain gets ahead of my mouth, and then things start coming out all crazy. It happens. But yeah, but I really liked it. I mean, all the actors were really good. The kid who plays the obvious villain, yeah, he does a really good job of playing just like your usual dumb misfit kind of teenager type, but in the end it's like pushes you to think like how easily we stereotype certain people into thinking like, well, this kid gets into all this trouble, so he's never going to be any better than what he is right now.
It's called through 2018. Everyone stereotypes everyone.
Yeah, and it's really bad in schools. But
really bad.
Yes, really bad in schools. But yeah, so I liked how they did it. Then spoiler alert, they never actually tell you who did it. They never do figure it out, I was actually kind of surprised. But that
would make me mad, like, serious.
Oh, I was. When I finished it, I was like, wait a minute. I need closure. I need to know who did it.
It's a cliffhanger.
That wasn't the point. The point was to point out the fact that people stereotype people, and when you label somebody as this kind of person, even if they didn't do anything to deserve it, that could force them into that role. Mm-hmm. And that's what happened at the end of American Vandal. He didn't do all the spray painting in the teacher's parking lounge, but since everyone automatically thought he did it and thought he was an idiot and thought this was all he was good for, he did actually end up going and doing the same thing in the main teacher's parking lot who accused him first, or her driveway. And he actually got caught doing that because there was a security camera on the next door neighbor's house. Mm-hmm. So, like, he didn't do it, and they were able to prove that he didn't do it. But since so many people thought that he was guilty from the get-go, he basically just figured if everyone thinks of me as being a butthole, then I guess I might as well be a butthole. So, And that part was kind of sad. It was kind of sad how they just pushed him in to the role that he didn't really want to be. And this kid, he wasn't a great kid. He did do goofy things. He did have a habit of drawing stuff on the boards in school, and he had like his own YouTube channel where he'd run around and fart in little kids' faces and stuff. Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was funny, but it was ridiculous.
It was funny, but it was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was.
It's not ridiculous. It's just stupid.
It is, but that was the point. They just got on YouTube and made their stupid videos. They called themselves the Wayback Boys, and it was him and all of his friends doing like goofy pranks and stuff. They locked one of his friends got into a porta potty and they dumped it over while he was still in it.
Oh God,
yeah, that kind of stuff.
This is just teenage boys in 2018. It doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter? It
doesn't matter who it is. It's just like boys in 2018.
There you go.
Stupid.
You're stereotyping boys 2018 like no one expects them to do anything better.
That's because boys in my generation are stupid.
Than fart in little kids' faces and dump each other over in porta potties. Like they're never going to get anywhere past that point.
Okay, they probably will after they like graduate and see what the real world is about. But like in that like height or like that point in their lives, it's just stupidity.
Everybody meet my 32-year-old teenager.
No, that's what the kids in my class call me. I'm the mom.
You're the mom,
I'm the mom.
That's crazy. But yeah, other than that, it's been kind of a slow week.
What about Animal Crossing for the Nintendo Switch?
I don't have a Nintendo Switch, and I've never played Animal Crossing.
No one cares about Animal Crossing.
No, actually,
you are absolutely wrong.
No, I'm sure it's very popular in some circles.
In some circles. This YouTuber that I watch actually has Aminal Crossing. She calls it Aminal Crossing.
Aminal.
And her husband got mad at her because she bought the garden pack.
How much was the garden pack?
Like 99 cents.
Why would you get mad at somebody for buying a 99 cent DLC?
It was just really like a joke.
Oh, it's a bit that they did on their show. Mm-hmm. Okay. Why are you spending all that money on video games, woman? That's funny stuff.
But they also have like 2 kids. It's that Minecraft girl that I always watch.
Oh, the Afmau chick?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, see, that you got the wrong platform, Jake. There's not a whole lot going on for the Xbox. Some would actually argue that the Xbox has
been surpassed by the Switch.
Has been put out to pasture, so to speak.
That wouldn't go that far. It's a dead time for video games in all consoles. Like it's that, October, November. That's when all the big games start coming out, and that's when everything starts getting all exciting again.
Spider-Man, though.
Spider-Man it got lucky. I mean, it didn't get lucky. It probably is a very good game. I don't have a PS4, so I don't get to play that either. Which
he's so mad.
Nuts. Yeah, I watched a lot of stuff on Spider-Man.
Funny.
And yeah, I mean, it looks really good. I've heard that the side missions get pretty repetitive real quick, but yeah, I mean, Xbox is losing out on the exclusives. Everybody knows that. We've all been talking about it forever. PlayStation has always been killing it on the exclusives, and Nintendo, because it has all the first-party Mario and Zelda and whatever else crazy mascot they came up with in the last 30 years.
Sniper Clipper. Or Sniper Clip.
No, Snipper Clips.
Snipper Clip.
Yeah. And that game actually did look pretty neat.
It looks so much fun. Afmal played it on her channel, too. And I'm like, I want to play this game.
I wouldn't mind getting a Switch. I really wouldn't. I really want to play Breath of the Wild, The Legend of Zelda. Mm-hmm. And
I know what Legend of Zelda is.
There's a couple other games on there I wouldn't mind playing. They actually have a Mario and Rabbids game that plays out exactly like XCOM, and I'm a big fan. My little alien shooter where you move people around behind cover. Rabbids is the crazy white insane rabbits. They had their own
I know what that is.
Yeah.
My babysitter used to play it all the time.
Yeah, they had their own franchise for a while, and for some reason they merged with Mario to make a Mario and Rabbids tactical shooter, which you would never expect a Mario game to pull that off, but they did. And it looked pretty neat. What?
I said, why?
Because they made an agreement and then everything worked out. It's actually a really good looking game. I'll watch people play it.
There's like a Rabbids version of Uno.
There you go. Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
Press A to start.
Oh my god, this is a Let's Play.
Probably. Just skip to the middle.
Let's play. Let's see.
Oh, that's like...
Yeah, there you go. So you got your cover-based shooting.
Ew.
Oh my, what did they do to Princess Peach?
That's not Princess Peach. That's the rabbit who's dressed up like Princess Peach.
Why?
Because that's how this game plays out.
Because they want to dement the minds of small children.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, you have to take out the crazy rabbits, but you also have rabbits on your team, too. But yeah, I mean, I love the cover-based tactical shooting aspect of it. And, you know, I love the strategy thing. And it's adorable. So, I mean, it looks fun, really fun to play.
I don't hear you call a lot of things adorable.
And look at it. It's cute as hell.
Those things are not cute.
You don't like the rabbits dressed up like Peach
Their
and Luigi?
eyes are poking out of their heads.
Yeah, that's like nightmare fuel.
Yeah!
I think it's neat.
You obviously like Nightmare Fuel.
But yeah, there's a lot of good things on the Switch I'd like to try. But someday when I get the funds to...
I want to try virtual reality. Like, that seems like really cool.
I've never done that either. Well, you have done it. You did it.
Bailey had a VR set, but it wasn't like the sticks thingies. It was
No,
just
it
like,
was...
you put it on your head, and there was like a phone, and there was like a whole bunch of like optical illusions, and then she had the ring thing where the girl is climbing out of the TV.
Oh, really? She had that too? Just
Yeah.
a bunch of different scenarios. You just sit there and watch. You don't
Yeah.
actually get to play. Yeah. No, well, and then you did it in the mall that day too. You did the roller coaster thing in the mall.
Abby screamed her pants off.
I felt bad for the Abby that day because like her headset wasn't fitting her head right, and she basically had to hold it the whole time.
No, that was Tiffany.
No, Abby's is the one that wouldn't fit.
No, it was Tiffany.
Was
Because
it?
you had to go up there and you had to hold it up against her face.
I thought I did that for Tiffany, not Abby.
No.
I don't know. But yeah,
what?
it was.
You just said I thought I...
Or I did it for Abby, not Tiffany. I could have swore I did it for Abby.
You're mixing up your nieces.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
you have like 32, but come
Yeah,
on.
there's a bunch. But yeah, virtual reality is a thing. I don't think they've worked all the kinks out of it yet. Like, I watched somebody play the VR version of Resident Evil 7, and it looked kind of neat, but it would be easier to just play with a controller and a television. And so I'm not into that yet. I don't want to try that until they perfect it. And they're nowhere close to perfecting it, and it'll probably burn itself out before they get it right, honestly.
Honestly, but the VR sets like now look really cool.
Yeah, there's some of them that do a really good job, but I don't know. I'm hanging back on that one until they get it right. I'll just stick with my consoles. Everything will be okay.
I'm gonna stick with my Xbox One.
That's right.
And my Xbox 360, and everything will be just fine.
Stick with my Xbox One and play Xbox 360 versions of games because the Xbox One versions don't work right. XCOM.
What?
XCOM.
XCOM 2 has glitches in it so bad where it'll freeze the game, and if you go back and reload it to an earlier save point, no matter how far back you get, whenever you get to that point in the game where it froze, it'll freeze again. And it's literally crippling the game. Like, I restarted like 3 campaigns in 1 week, and they all froze in crazy spots.
Didn't you have to like fully reset your Xbox?
Oh, I did everything. I reset the Xbox. The only thing I didn't do is uninstall the game and reinstall it, because that would have took like 2 days to re-download it.
Yeah.
So I started playing XCOM Any Unknown on the Xbox 360, which is the original version, or basically the one version of that game.
But does our 360 even work?
No, well, it's on the backwards compatibility list, so you can play it on the Xbox One.
Yeah.
And since I bought it on the 360, I automatically get it on the One.
Okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah. The compatibility list is really working out pretty good. There was one game I heard about that everyone was excited about. I was going to skip it because I never played the game.
Does that mean that you have Minecraft on the Xbox One in the living room?
I don't think it worked that way because Xbox One had its own version of Minecraft. So you have to actually get the Xbox One version of that, not the 360 version. That one's tricky.
Yeah,
Only
the
certain
Xbox
games
One.
are
I
on.
have both, like the normal Minecraft and then the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Because my computer has the Xbox One version.
Right.
And then our Xbox One has the normal Minecraft and then the Xbox One version.
Yeah, I don't know why it still has the normal version. I don't think you can play that one. You have to play the...
I can play it.
Oh, you can?
That's what me and Abby play all the time when
Oh.
she comes over.
I don't know. I don't understand it. I know that I've seen that on Xbox One too. It doesn't make any sense. But what was I? Oh, there's an old game called Kingdoms of Amular. And I guess it was real popular back in the 360 era. I never played it. It was back when like everyone was pumping out their Dungeons and Dragons type game when Skyrim come out. But everyone was real excited because the IP itself got bought up by THQ. And so that means I can't remember what company it had that it was owned by beforehand, like 3 Second Publishing or something. I can't remember the name of it, but it died. It completely fizzled out. And when companies like that fizzle out, all their old games get sold off to other companies usually. And everyone was happy that this game got picked up by THQ, so it'll finally get the sequel it deserves. For what I remember, it was just like another medieval sword slasher game that was just crowded by a whole generation of those games that all came out at the same time. And like The Witcher came out around that time, Skyrim came around at the time, Dragon Age had 1 or 2 games come out around that time, and they all had the same idea of the open world, or not really survival, but open world hack and slash RPG. There was just way too many of them to play them all, and I never played this one. And honestly, because look at it. He's a guy walking around in a completely empty world. He's got to walk 2 miles to find a bad guy to slash. It really just looks empty and boring. And if it's one of those games where it doesn't have fast travel, then it's twice as bad. And a couple of those games didn't. There wasn't. I can't remember what the other big one was that I watched not too long ago. Somebody play, but it didn't have. The beard burying guy that you turned me on to, John. He was playing something, and it didn't have fast travel, so you constantly had to go back and forth through the game, covering the same ground over and over again, just to turn in quests and crazy stuff like that.
Is that Kingdom Come Deliverance?
No, it was something older.
Something older?
Yeah, it looked a lot like this, but I know it wasn't this. But it was something that came out right around this time. But I can't remember what it was. It was one where you had a party of 4 the entire time you were playing it. I can't remember. It almost seems like Dragon Age, but it wasn't. I can't remember what it was called.
It sounds like Dragon Age.
It does. It looked a little bit like Dragon Age, but it played differently. It wasn't so much set up on a class-based system, I think. I don't know. I'd have to search through Beard Barian's.
I'm going to say, Beard Barian posted. Was this something recent?
No, it was a couple months ago. And I know he does live stream Let's Plays all the time. So you're probably not going to find it. And I don't think he puts the title of the game in his description on his videos, which is crazy to me.
You mean in the title?
Yeah. Out of the description either. He doesn't put. You do have to kind of guess once you start watching his stream, figure out what he's playing.
Does he say it in the actual live stream?
Maybe at the beginning, but his live streams are almost 3 hours long sometimes, so you never catch the very beginning.
Really?
Yeah. Well, unless you rewatch it later, but yeah, yeah, I'm out of stuff to talk about. Lily, you got anything left? Anything you want to chat about?
School sucks.
School sucks.
Was it Vermintide?
Nope. That's a Left 4 Dead kind of game.
Vermintide?
Vermintide is a 4-player co-op. Get from point A to point B while hordes of monsters come at you constantly. Yeah. It doesn't look bad. I think I played a demo of it, and I wasn't really into it. I was never into the Left 4 Dead games. So that one didn't do much for me. It was real popular with the PC folks, but I don't think it got that popular on console. I can't remember what the name of that game was he was playing. God, that's going to drive me nuts.
Sure it wasn't Dragon Age Origins?
No, it wasn't that.
I'm going through his old videos trying to find this. But it was that type of game?
But it was that type of game, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I couldn't. I've already gone back a year now. I can't find it. Maybe it got deleted. Is it just me or is it extremely hot in here?
Oh, it is extremely hot in here. I said that when I first walked in the room.
Yeah. How many people we have on the chat?
Beardbarian collection.
I don't think anyone.
Really? Everyone left? Wow, Abby, I feel the love.
Well, there's one person watching. One mute person.
Yeah, I mean, it's too hard to look through his stuff and try to figure out his video list is just insane.
Yeah.
But no, it was just another one of those. I just can't remember what it was. All right, well, I think we're done here. Unless, Lily, you said you ain't got anything left?
Besides, school sucks.
School sucks, everybody.
Never
All right.
come to Meridosha.
Thanks for watching, everybody. This has been Wardog Live. Thank you, Tiny Dancer. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
And we will talk to you guys later. Bye.
Peace.